Hi everyone, it's Danielle here from A Sprinkle of Joy. Today I wanted to share with you a sourdough discard bread that I made. So if you follow along on my blog, then you know that I've really gotten into making sourdough bread. However, when you make the sourdough bread and you have the starter, you're always discarding a lot of good starter. So instead of just throwing it in the trash, I decided I would make a bread with it. So this sourdough discard bread is not going to be quite as sour as a normal sourdough, but it still makes a really delicious crusty bread. And then also I wanted to apologize for my voice on the voiceover. I have a little bit of a cold, so it kind of sounds nasally. But I still hope that you enjoy the recipe and that you try it out. All right, to make this bread, you're going to start by adding 280 grams of water to your bowl. Then you are going to add 140 grams of discard. This can be fresh sourdough discard, or it can be discard that you have been saving in the fridge. It will work either way. Mine is discard from the fridge. After, you're going to add 6 grams of active yeast that has been activated in a little bit of water and 8 grams of sugar. You can also use instant yeast. And if that's the case, then you're going to add the yeast just right to your bowl, and you're going to add the sugar right to your bowl since you don't need to activate instant yeast. Then you're going to give your discard water and yeast a little stir so that it can get all mixed up. After that, you're going to add your flour. I am using 400 grams of hard white wheat that has been bolted a little bit. I like to mix up my dough first with a spoon or with a spatula. And then after, I give it a final mix with my hands. And you can see that it's not super stretchy right now, so it's kind of breaking apart, but it will get better. You're going to cover it with a wet towel and allow it to autolyze for about 30 minutes. After the autolyze is done, you are going to add 8 grams of salt and perform a few stretch and folds. You can see that it's not super stretchy right now, but it'll get better as you let it rest for a little bit longer. And it's definitely not going to get as stretchy as a normal sourdough would, but it still makes a really good bread. So you're going to put a towel on it and allow it to rest for 15 minutes. So after that 15 minutes is done, you're going to do another round of stretch and folds. And I think it's easier to do these if your hands are a little bit wet. And as you can see, it's definitely getting stretchier and more elasticy. So just keep turning the bowl and performing your stretch and folds. Then once again, you're going to let it rest for 15 more minutes. Okay, now you are going to do your final round of stretch and folds. So it's gotten much more, the dough has gotten more smooth, and it's a lot easier to perform the stretch and folds on this last round. And now you are going to cover it, and you're going to let it rise for about 30 to 60 minutes. While this is happening, you're going to get your Dutch oven preheated in an oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so now the hour is up and you're going to transfer your dough into a towel-lined bowl. And I like to pinch the top of it together so that it gives it a little bit more tension. Then you're going to take your bowl and you're going to put it inside a plastic grocery bag. And then you're going to just put that in the fridge for about 1 hour. Then after the hour is up, you're going to take it out of the fridge and transfer it to a piece of parchment paper by kind of just flipping it over. You don't want to deflate the dough, so be careful not to push it too hard. Then you're going to score your bread just like you would do a normal sourdough. I decided just to give it a little X hash. After, take your Dutch oven out of your oven and plop your sourdough or your sourdough discard bread into the Dutch oven and put the lid back on. Remember, it's going to be hot, so make sure you're using your oven mitts. Then you're going to put it into your oven. And you're going to lower the oven to 450 degrees. And you're going to bake it for 22 minutes with the lid on. And then 12 minutes with the lid off. After that is up, you're going to take out your bread and let it rest on a wire rack for about 60 minutes. After 60 minutes, go ahead and cut into your bread and enjoy a nice slice of fresh baked bread. Once again, it's not going to be quite as sour as a sourdough, but it is still going to produce a delicious tasting loaf of bread. And I love that you're not wasting all that sourdough discard. All right, so that was the recipe. If you tried it, then leave me a comment below and let me know how you liked it. Also, if you check out in the description, I will have a link to my blog, and then I'll actually have the written recipe if you would rather have a printout to follow along instead of a video. So thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!